Hello and welcome to Korea's Cat. My name is Nystar and today I'd like to talk about my road to asexuality. In other words, how I came to identify as asexual. I want to be clear from the start. This video will not be about asexuality in general. I won't be going into what asexuality is, what it isn't. So if this is the first time that you're hearing about asexuality or you just want to know more about it, I'll try to include some helpful links in the description of this video. But this video isn't about that. This video is just about me and how I came to identify as asexual, what asexuality is to me. So I'll try and keep this brief, considering, let's see, it took me 27 years to come to identify as asexual, so as brief as I can make 27 years of my life. Let's start when I was 17. So this is 10 years ago. The year was 2002, 2003, senior in high school. Back then, for the first time, I found the word asexual, and I think I found it. I don't think I just made it up, but then again, I can't even tell you how I found it or where I found it. Probably on the internet somewhere. But keep in mind that this is 2002. Like back then, there was hardly anything online about asexuality in general in relation to humans. There were stuff about amoebas and crap like that, stuff related to the animal kingdom and plants and stuff, but humans, no. So like back then, you'd type asexual, you'd be lucky to even find the term asexual, but if you did, you'd type that into Google and there'd be hardly anything that would pertain to you. So that was the case back then. I found the word somehow, I can't tell you how, I can't remember how, and I looked into it, and what I found was hardly anything. Nowadays, probably people, when they find that word and they Google it, they'll find something connected to AVEN, the Asexual Visibility and Education Network. That's the biggest community by far of asexuals. But back then, in 2002, I don't think I even found this website. I think, maybe I did, I don't remember. I think AVEN was actually founded in 2002. So, and correct me if I'm wrong. So it was either non-existent when I searched for asexual, or it was like just a bare bones site. But anyways, what I did find was something extremely basic. I can't even tell you exactly what it was that I found. But what I did find, I didn't identify with completely. I mean, I thought it kind of described me, kind of didn't. But at the same time, I was like, no way, that can't be me. So I just threw the word out, went on with my life, never looked into my sexuality again. Shortly after, I think I was 18, no, I might have still been 17, I fell in love for the first time, and like head over heels in love, not even just a crush, head over heels, and for the first time. So I entered into my first relationship. And you know, everything was great for a little while. There was no reason for me to question anything related to my asexuality, so I just went with the flow of things, went about my life. But eventually that relationship did hit some rough ground and things started getting kind of, And looking back on that now, I mean, it's easier to see so much in hindsight. Looking back on that now, I honestly can say that I think that some of the stuff that my current partner at the time and me had, the problems that we had were related, I think, to my asexuality, even if not directly. I think if I had better understood myself then, and if I had been equipped with the words and the ideas and stuff that I have now, maybe things would have turned out differently. But yeah, what happened happened. First of all, I should step back and say, I'm not the type of person who is against sex. I'm not repulsed by it. I'm shrugged. I'm okay with having it. So it's not that we didn't have sex and that was the problem with the relationship. We did have sex, but there came a point when I stopped being okay with sex. You know, up until that point I was okay with it. If he wanted it or I thought it would help us be closer, then yeah, I'd have sex. But then there came a point when I wasn't okay with it anymore. And my partner was a pretty insecure person, and I think he took that personally, even though it had nothing to do with him. And so that, on top of the other things that were going on, just, yeah. That relationship lasted for 5 years. 5 years, and it ended on a very bad note. So 5 years later, that would be 2008. 2008. That relationship ended, and, you know, typical of someone who just got out of a relationship, I was like, fuck relationships, fuck men, I hate all of this, I don't need any of that shit. Yeah, typical. So, you know, I was very apathetic about relationships and crap, so that lasted for a couple of months, actually. And then I met a friend that I had known for years and years and years online for the first time in person, and fell in love, and bam! Several months after that previous 5-year relationship, I was in another one. And yeah. So during that gap of when I wasn't in a relationship, I wasn't thinking about sexuality at all. And then suddenly I was in another relationship. I just went with the flow of things again, didn't think about sexuality or anything like that. Things were fine, no reason to think about that stuff. But then once again, some rough roads came, and this is my current relationship right now. And then I started to think about things more. So this is 2012 now that I'm talking about. So 2012, I look into asexuality again for the first time in 10 years. 10 years later, I'm looking into asexuality again. And oh my god, there's so much stuff online. It's like, what the hell was this stuff 10 years ago when I freaking really needed it? Oh my god. Anyway, 2012, I look into asexuality and there's all this stuff, and it's not even just about asexuality anymore. It's about gray-asexuality and demisexuality, and wow, mind was blown, to say the least. So I was researching and researching and researching, and when I found the term demisexuality, I thought that fit me to a freaking T. Because, you know, I genuinely thought that I experienced sexual attraction. I thought that the feelings that I had for my partners and which, you know, allowed me to be okay with sex was actual sexual attraction. So I identified as demisexual for a little while, and then, yeah, after a little while, that label started feeling not so fitting, because, you know, all the while I kept looking into sexual attraction. What is sexual attraction? I kept reflecting on my past and my present and how I felt about this and that. And so after a couple of months, actually, and this is relatively recent, this is like 2013 now, I decided that I didn't think I was demisexual, and I didn't think I was gray-asexual either. I came to realize that me being okay with having sex was simply me being okay with having sex. It wasn't because I was attracted to my partner. I at no point have felt arousal or desire for sex that was directly related to my partner. I can come up with numerous reasons to have sex that aren't any of those. And that's really a topic for another video. There's plenty of reasons to have sex, man. Just because you're asexual doesn't mean you're not going to have sex. Anyway, that's a different topic. And I would like to point out that for me, it is important to distinguish between asexuality, my asexuality, and my sex drive / libido. That is to say that to me, sexual attraction and sexual desire / sex drive / libido are two separate things. I do not experience sexual attraction to anyone. No sexual attraction. Which isn't to say that no sexual attraction equals no sex drive. I happen to have a pretty non-existent sex drive, but to me that is completely coincidental. It is not a direct cause of my asexuality. And I know asexuals who have a very active sex drive / libido, and they still don't experience sexual attraction. So yeah, just wanted to point that out. So yeah, this is now 2013, and finally, this is just a couple of months ago, a month ago too, I decided to identify as asexual. Wow. It took me a long ass time to reach this point, but finally I feel like asexual is the term that fits. I mean, I thought that about demisexuality at first, but yeah. So now I identify as asexual, and that's not even the end of this journey that I've been on. I mean, being asexual is not the end of anything. I'm going to make another video about romantic orientations and how I came to identify as panromantic. So it's not just, Nightstar is asexual, period. There's more to this story, and that'll be in a following video. But yeah, 11 years to identify as asexual. Finally there, yeah, fucking proud. Look at can you see this? Ace Pride Colors bracelet along with, this is pansexual, panromantic, bisexual, biromantic, LGBT, all these pride bracelets, y'all. But anyway, thanks for watching if you made it to the end of this video. See you next time. Bye.